Back in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, the Spurs, not necessarily a glamour franchise, but maybe the NBA's model franchise. The longest streak of 50-win seasons in league history, 5 championships, and a litany of former Spurs working as head coaches and GMs around the league. Tim Duncan said people aren't envious of their image, but they're envious of how they run things. They get it done, Kevin.
They sure do. An incredible run. Thanks, Doris. Clock at 6. Another one falls for Chicago.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Green, he's checked in for the Bulls. Gervin comes in for Higgins.
George Gervin.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Duncan with a screen on Green. Parker drives in. Jordan with some nice D.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for the Spurs. Spurs trail by 7. The drive by Green. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, you know, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D. It was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Parker against Mason. Parker dishes to Duncan. Back to Parker. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. Fires from deep, and the shot is good. Ginobili's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
You know, even though he doesn't really have the long-range ability on a consistent level, he can knock down some open ones.
Jordan with the bucket.
And a blazing start to the second half. They've hit all 5 shots.
Now here's Ginobili. Ginobili right side. And that one's good. Ginobili's got 5. Chicago calls timeout.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
A different look now for San Antonio. Baines is checked in, and it's Bellinelli in for Tim Duncan. The Bulls leading by 7. Now here's Jordan. He's got 16. The shot, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Solid work right there, and again, the field goal percentages. Look at the discrepancy between these 2 teams in the second half.
Well, you're right. We've got one team moving crisply to get good shots, and the other team just a bit stagnant.
Ginobili with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Here's Mills. Corzine with the rebound.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Tries it from the top of the key. Another one falls for Chicago.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Ginobili the pass to Mills. And Baines kicks to Leonard. Spurs passing it around. Shots good by Mills. 1:46 left in the third quarter of the game. Left side, Jordan. Stolen by Ginobili. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Patrick Mills.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
Yeah, you got to love the energy they're bringing. As soon as they got their hands on the ball, everybody got out and ran.
Here's Jordan, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Man, a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
Spurs trail by 8. In the corner, it's Ginobili. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. Chicago with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Outside Jordan. 51 seconds left in the third. Releases, and he hits the jump shot. Gervin's got 9 points. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Ginobili against Gervin. Here's Leonard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Spurs shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Well, this is a good free throw shooting team a year ago. They hit about 79% of their free throws as a unit.
Some changes for Chicago. Oakley comes in for Dave Corzine. And it's Paxson in for Kyle Mason. Boris Diaz checked in for the Spurs.
That's flat out embarrassing.
Diaw, the screen. Bellinelli for 3. Good. Bellinelli's got 5 points so far.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
And the Spurs with possession here. They trail by 3. He feeds it to Mills. For the tie. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. Both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Bulls out front. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
On the court for San Antonio. Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. Diaw and Duncan at the 4 and the 5. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position.
Clutch basket there to shave points off this lead, and I'll tell you what, the later we get into this game, the more they need him attacking the basket.
Outside Jordan. Again, Chicago.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Spurs trail by 3. Parker dishes to Leonard. Shoots from the baseline, and it's San Antonio with another.
What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
The drive by Jordan. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Jordan having a terrific game. He's got 24 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
Splitters checked in for Boris Diaw. And so Jordan nails both of them.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
The drive by Green. Green left side. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
Kyle Macy's checked in for Chicago.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
Gervin passes to Paxson. Duncan with the block. An even 3-on-3 break. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Back to Duncan. 6 on the shot clock. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Parker's shot is off. Chicago leading. Here's Paxson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
Chicago, John Paxson. 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Paxson. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Parker outside. Duncan against Green. And that one's good. Duncan. And here are the Bulls now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Macy. Good on the triple. And the Bulls lead by 5.
He's really looking to stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have. He's still letting it fly from long range. I love the aggressiveness.
Time called here. The Spurs.